and Eastern Kentucky. This is WYMT Mountain News at 5:30.
Good evening, I'm Connor James. Recent overdoses and contraband findings have prompted a heightened security level at the Big Sandy Regional Detention Center in Johnson County. Officials say a new $185,000 body scanner is helping, but it's not the only tactic they're using to keep everyone safe. WYMT's Marianne Fletcher shows us how it works.
Contraband can be deadly inside a jail cell.
Drugs, tobacco, stuff like that, cigarette lighters, that stuff can't be back there.
Now officials with the Big Sandy Regional Detention Center attempt to crack down.
And here recently we have started not only body scans, but also strip searches.
Administrator Byron Hansford says this new $185,000 body scanner helps.
The body scanner's nice, but we got to go back to the old way of doing things and try to prevent that stuff from getting into the jail.
But after overdoses and findings,
recently we have found some drugs in the jail.
He is making sure his staff is educated.
Because what are we looking at? We're not sure. If it's not something that's real obvious, I think we could be missing some things on it.
As inmates come into the jail, they walk onto this platform, move through the scanner, then this screen shows employees important areas to check. The detention center has a maximum capacity of 152 inmates. However, right now, it is home to 218.
Last July, it was like 350 some, and it's finally going down.
And although the number is decreasing, Hansford says they are still keeping security their top priority.
We're overcrowded, but what jail's not?
As they hope to keep their staff and inmates alike safe. In Johnson County, Marianne Fletcher, WYMT Mountain News.
Byron Hansford says they're also looking to hire more staff with multiple years of experience. And one person is dead after a weekend crash involving a motorcycle in Pulaski County. Deputies say the crash happened just after 8 Saturday night on State Branch Road in Somerset. They say 26-year-old Ryan Ray was driving a motorcycle when he traveled into the opposite lane and hit a pickup truck. Ray was pronounced dead at the scene. The cause of the crash is still under investigation.
Well, it is officially the hottest day of the year so far. I'm sure most of you have felt that. The past 2 days have definitely been the hottest, but reached a high of 95 today at Jackson. They tied that record of 95 set back in 2007. That low of 71 this morning, definitely on the warm side, and we're nowhere near that average of 84 for this time of year. But it's August. We know it's going to be hot, and it still is hot out there. We're seeing those low to mid 90s across the area. 93 looking up into Prestonsburg and Pikeville, 90 down into Williamsburg, and a very warm 96 here in Hazard. But feeling like the upper 90s for a lot of us, feeling like 96 in parts of Jackson and Prestonsburg, and feeling like a very warm 98 down into parts of Monticello. So you'll notice satellite and radar. We've seen those isolated rain chances on and off throughout the day, and we're still seeing those now. You can see them on pinpoint Doppler, a little bit of a shower in Harlan over into parts of Leslie County, and even looking over into parts of Virginia. But other than that, we've remained on the drier side, but over the next couple of days, we're actually going to see a lot of changes. Rain chances starting to increase. We actually do need a little bit of rain in the bucket across our area. We're a little bit drier for this time of year. I'll have those details coming up in just a little bit.
All right, thank you, Paige. Well, President Trump will visit the Bluegrass later this week. He will make a stop to speak to the American Veterans 75th National Convention in Louisville on Wednesday. WYMT's Myra Ansari explains how the FBI plans to deal with this presidential visit.
The last time President Donald Trump was in Louisville was 2017 at Freedom Hall.
We are preparing new executive actions.
Around 15,000 people attended this rally. On Wednesday, it'll be a much smaller group.
We're looking at pretty close to 2,000.
There'll be members of AMVETS, an organization that serves veterans. The president will be speaking in this Galt House ballroom.
So we look at the entire 360-degree environment.
Rich Ferretti from the United States Secret Service Louisville field office says it's been all hands on deck since they found out the president is visiting. Ferretti says the Galt House will be open to guests and the public, but the Secret Service will secure the hotel and restrict where the president will speak.
Bomb sweeps, K9 explosive sweeps, parking garages underneath the hotel, ballrooms above this room.
President President Trump will be landing in Louisville at the Kentucky Air National Guard Wednesday afternoon.
There's not that many ways to get downtown, so there'll be some minor traffic disruptions.
You can also expect road closures around the Galt House, no aircraft over the president's motorcade or downtown Louisville, and no traffic on the Ohio River during the president's visit. Ferretti says the Secret Service is bringing in extra agents, x-ray machines, armored vehicles, and equipment. They'll also be monitoring social media for any threats.
And in Frankfort this morning, a hearing on the lawsuit involving teacher sickouts. The Attorney General's office sued the Labor Cabinet. The Cabinet said subpoenas for the names of the teachers involved in the sickout, but the Labor Cabinet got the information through another source. Because of that, their attorneys argued the lawsuit is moot. The Cabinet is also filing a motion to dismiss the suit. And in Pulaski County, police say they found meth during a traffic stop. Here's a look at some of that evidence. Deputies arrested Luther Fugit in his Jeep. Investigators say they found meth, syringes, and cash. Deputies said Fugit is from Boyle County and had outstanding warrants there. He faces drug and other charges. And UK is getting ready to begin another semester, and today students and parents gathered on campus to help the next generation of cats move in. The 2,000 students moving onto campus today are all part of living learning communities. It takes a team effort. Many of the students who have already lived on campus and even faculty joined in to help. There are 14 living learning communities across campus.
So they get to live with other students who share those interests. They get to take classes in those residence halls, work real closely with faculty around those sort of shared interests.
More students move in Wednesday starting at 7 a.m. Classes begin August 26th. That's 1 week from today. And after reports of an active shooter at the state fair this weekend, Kentucky State Police are enforcing a new policy to keep families safe. Starting Wednesday, anyone under the age of 18 will need to be with a parent or guardian after 6 p.m. The new policy comes after police say a large group of minors set off firecrackers at the fairgrounds. They say one gunshot was also fired into the air. Fair officials say they're also increasing lighting and adding more police for peak hours. And firefighters in London say their second-in-command engine is 33 years old. On top of that, they're currently dealing with some equipment that is 4 generations behind because they can no longer find parts that have been discontinued. WYMT's Hannah Reynolds talks to staff that say they're thankful these problems will hopefully soon be a thing of the past.
The Laurel County Fire Department has made many improvements over the last few years to better serve their community.
We've updated to a 24/7 department, so we have people staffed for 24 hours a day.
Those improvements mean they can take more calls and react in shorter time. However, their current equipment can cause issues if they get more than one call at a time, as they are relying heavily on one of their engines.
But if for some reason we've had any maintenance issues or something, this truck goes to get it in service, we revert back to that other truck, that other engine to be first out.
That other engine is from 1986 and doesn't meet today's standards.
It's very unique in its style because when it's manufactured, it was a open cab concept in the back. So it actually has some rear jump seats where you actually ride out in the open.
Which is not safe and also does not have much storage space. But thanks to the City of London, they will soon be the owners of new equipment and a much needed new engine, which will be safer for everyone. In Laurel County, Hannah Reynolds, WYMT Mountain News.
Now, the cost of new trucks and equipment totals nearly $700,000 provided by the City of London. Firefighters say they expect their new truck as well as a new personal protective equipment to be in by the end of the year. Well, coming up on Mountain News at 5:30, a new poll suggests pediatricians who accept unvaccinated children as patients could possibly lose a significant number of their vaccinated patients.
And we're going to see those showers and storms increase as we head into your Tuesday. And even by the middle or end of the work week, could be looking at a cold front. But that also means nicer temperatures on the way. I'll have a look at that full forecast coming up in just a little bit.
Restoring pride in the area that they live. Straight ahead, hear about a group in Clay County who is volunteering their own time to restore storefronts, flower beds, and the like across Manchester to prove that their best days aren't behind them, but they're ahead.